so I just don't know what's going to happen.
They are, oh, yeah.
You just never know.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to The Den here at CPA, Christ Presbyterian Academy here at 2323 Old Hickory Boulevard in Nashville for this big district matchup tonight between the visiting Lipscomb Academy Mustangs and your homestanding CPA Lions. This is Phil Newman, your Director of Communications, bringing you the play-by-play tonight. Happy to have you along if you're tuning in from out of town or in town and couldn't be here. It's a little bit chilly. Chill in the air. You'll see a lot of the fans wearing fleeces and hats and maybe even a few gloves are out. It's late, well, mid-fall here, October 19th, 2012, and we're getting ready for kickoff in about 10, 11 minutes. Lipscomb comes in with an overall record of 4-4, a 3-1 in district play. Lions just ahead of them in the standings in district play at 5-0 and 8-0 overall. Winning streaks, of course, CPA with 8 in a row. And Lipscomb on a roll with 3 victories in a row. Here comes Lipscomb onto the field on the far side there. The Mustangs taking the field, wearing their a little bit of Pittsburgh Steeler-esque look from this distance anyway, with the white jerseys, the gold pants, dark trim and dark numerals trimmed in yellow and gold, rather. Lipscomb comes in, as I said, 4-4. CPA 8-0. Last meeting was a year ago over at David Lipscomb. We were just talking about how chilly it was over there last year this weekend, and CPA was victorious in that one 27-0. Really, it's a cliche. You can almost throw the records out and throw last year's scores. That doesn't matter. These teams are rivals, and Lipscomb will come to play. So it should be an intense game and a fun one to watch. Right now down the field, you see Coach Mike Elson getting ready for national anthem and invocation, that kind of stuff. Now the Jack Cawthorn to our left in the press box is announcing the starters for David Lipscomb. We will say that Mustangs are led. Quarterback is Dawes. The running attack is a strong one for Lipscomb. They have 3 running backs who combined for a total of 1,732 yards and 20 touchdowns this season, and they are DeAndre Tigg, Gabe Glimpse, and Kenneth Drew. We'll hear Tigg, Glimpse, and Drew's names quite a bit on the running attack for the Mustangs tonight. On CPA's side, of course, Albert Mitchell, the senior quarterback, has passed for 951 yards and 13 touchdowns with 3 interceptions. And on the running attack, it's Chase Smith, the senior, who's rushed for 878 yards and 14 touchdowns to lead the Lions into this big game tonight. Here we are in the Den, and the Lions will take the field momentarily as you hear Jack Cawthorn announcing the starters for the Lions. We mentioned the standings. CPA atop District 10 AA right now with a 5-0 record, 8-0 overall, followed by Lipscomb, 3-1, 4-4 overall. Then Maplewood behind them at 4-2 in the district and 5-4 overall. They've lost 2 in a row though. Pearl Cone is also 3-2 with overall 3-6. They've lost a game. Stratford then at 3-4 and 3-5 overall. Whites Creek 1-6 in district play, 1-8 overall. And East Nashville Magnet this year has not won a game in district play and is 2-6 overall. Results so far this year: Lions have defeated Goodpasture, Kenwood, Lancaster Christian, Stratford, Davidson Academy, East Nashville, Maplewood, and then Whites Creek last week. Lipscomb comes into the game having lost to Camden Central, defeated East Nashville, lost a close one to Overton by 3 points, lost at Maplewood, or to Maplewood rather, by 6, lost a nail-biter to Goodpasture at Goodpasture up in Madison, 17-14, then defeated Whites Creek, defeated Greenbrier, and shut out Pearl Cone last week at 17-0. So Lipscomb comes in on a roll. coached by Coach Glenn McAdams, longtime coach, Lipscomb. Ryan Doyle now will lead our invocation.
Bow your heads and pray with me, please. Father God, you are so gracious to give us evenings like this, where we can come together and enjoy fellowship and community together. Lord, we thank you so much for our friends and neighbors from Lipscomb Academy, the amazing people of that school and community. Thank you for their coaches and cheerleaders and fans and their team. And Lord, we just pray your blessings over tonight. Thank you also for our officials, and Lord, we just pray that tonight will be a good game. Lord, help all these young men to be able to enjoy this, to be able to take it in and enjoy the beauty of an evening like this, and the opportunity to play football with their brothers who they love, and to be able to come out for something as special as this that not everybody has. Help us all not to take it for granted, but to enjoy opportunities like this. God, we pray that you will be glorified tonight, Lord. Help these teams to play really hard and to play in a way that honors you. And Lord, we thank you that we can be here, and we pray that your name will be glorified in this place. We pray all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
And now, the singing of our national anthem. Fans, please welcome CPA Junior, Shelby Terrell.
Shelby Terrell, you may have heard. Well, Shelby Terrell, fantastic job with the with the national anthem. Great job there by the junior. This clock says about 4 minutes or so till scheduled kickoff time. See some of the folks wearing pink tonight. You'll see some of the players for CPA wearing pink tape, pink socks, or whatever, in honor, of course, Breast Cancer Awareness October. Today was a pink out day at school. Students were able to wear pink T-shirts or anything pink, and lots of teachers and lots of students did so. Many of us, of course, know someone either close to us or near us who has battled breast cancer. Certainly, it's so good to be able to either raise funds or at least raise awareness of that and support those we love and care for who have walked through that. So pink out, as you see the NFL doing that as well this last few years in October. If you're just joining us, welcome. It's about 7, about a minute till 7. Kickoff will be in a couple minutes. See the captains going out now. About to go out in a minute, at least for the Lions. Looks like maybe all the seniors. I can't tell, but it's a bunch of, I think it's the seniors that are standing on the sideline. And then you see James Elliott going out along with Chase Smith, Sam Landers, and Albert Mitchell there. Here come Lipscomb's captains as well. Glimpse is out there. And I think Dawes also. Yep, one of the captains, and Glimpse. And then 2 players who appear to be injured, unfortunately, tonight. Irwin. See the captains convening there midfield with the officials. So if you're just joining us, we'll recap a little bit quickly. Lipscomb comes in 4-4 overall, 3-1 in league district play, a 3-game winning streak for the Mustangs. They are wearing white tonight with dark helmets and gold pants trimmed in dark purple. It's a dark purple. Even though that's purple, it's darker purple. From up here, it looks a little bit like black, but it's not. It's purple. Not to be confused with the Steelers. My eyesight is just bad at this age at 44. So it is purple and gold for both teams. A little bit different shades, but these teams, of course, have quite a bit of a storied history. Friendly rivals and lots of different sports, including football, basketball. Quite a bit of passion is aroused by among the student sections. Lots of times when these teams match up, and, of course, among the players as well. Lions come in undefeated this year, 8-0 in District 10 AA. Lipscomb certainly would love to trip up the Lions and spoil the undefeated season so far if they could. I want to say a good shout out to Mary Monroe up on the camera on the roof tonight. Mary, CPA senior. Appreciate her doing filming duties. Stay tuned at halftime. There will be a special dance presentation. CPA, either dance or cheerleaders, I'm not sure which, but there's going to be some kind of fun routine performed on the field at halftime, so stick around to see that at the break. One more huddle there for the Lions. You see them break the huddle. They will go back now to take the field officially through the sign. Big CPA banner has been, you can't see it behind that big speaker. I apologize for that, but there is a giant CPA banner that they will run through, breakaway banner with the Lion mascot logo on it. Players are behind that. It's just unfortunate that we got powerful speakers now, which is good. It's just visibility is a little bit tough. Here they come. There are the Lions officially. 12 minutes on the clock. We will start momentarily. Both teams want to establish the run. That's definitely something that you'll see Lipscomb and CPA try to get the running game going. Obviously, for Lipscomb, they've got those three rushers, Tig, Glimpse, and Drew. I mentioned earlier, 1,732 yards between them and 20 touchdowns. They definitely want to run the ball, and I would say make it a kind of a grind-it-out kind of game on the ground if they can. CPA will try to mix it up. Want to establish a run with Chase Smith mostly at running back, the senior, leading rusher with 878 yards rushing and 14 touchdowns this season so far. Albert Mitchell, the quarterback, senior quarterback, Samford signee, has passed for 951 and 13 touchdowns. So CPA will attempt to get the running game going and mix it up with the pass. Kicking off for Lipscomb will be Daniel Bruce, 25. Back to receive is Chase Smith and some other teammates. Kick will go down toward the corner and will go just barely inside the pylon there. That was close to being out of bounds. Instead, they're going to judge that a touchback. So it'll be 1st and 10 Lions from the 20. That was very close to being out of bounds, which would have been a much different situation for Lipscomb. They're happy to have that one go into the end zone. There comes Mitchell. Of course, Ingle Martin, head coach for CPA, his second year here at the academy. He is very familiar with Martin's position, with Mitchell's position, the quarterback and punter in his days at Florida and Furman and in the NFL. 3 wide. Here is Mitchell in the gun. Looking to the sideline for perhaps an audible here. Smith is to the right of Mitchell. It's a handoff to Smith up the middle. Smith has some room, a lot of room. Smith going into the secondary and churning down yards almost to midfield is Chase Smith, the senior. What a run. First play of the game is a big one for CPA. Nearly 30 yards. It'll be 29. They're going to hurry it up. Tackle made there by number 31 for Lipscomb. That was Sanderson. But touchdown saving tackle by Sanderson. Big play. Gain of 29 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 49 for same play. Chase Smith. This time he goes to the right. Has a lot of room. Smith still going. Smith churning. Smith being dragged down again, I think by Sanderson again. But this time it's 20 yards more. And it's going to be hurry-up offense for the Lions. So it's all Chase Smith so far. 2 plays identically. And here they go. No time hardly between plays. Same play. Smith, this time to the left. He has room. Smith churning again, close to the first down marker. Ball comes loose perhaps. I think he's down, though. It'll be marked right at the marker. 21 yards. They may have to measure this one. It's very close to a first down.
Luke Runyon making the stop for the Mustangs.
Are they going to measure? They're saying it's short. It's second down and barely any distance. So 3 straight running plays for Smith. He's gained 60 yards. Here's Smith again. 4th play in a row. Smith, a lot of room at the middle. Smith going. Smith to the 10, to the 5. Smith churning. Smith going down inside the 2. Ball comes loose. He's down, though.
Number 22, Chase Smith.
Chase Smith, my friends, has rushed for 79 yards on this drive to the 1. It'll be 1st and goal. Maybe it's a 2. I can't quite tell.
Lions.
This is an amazing opening drive. Handoff Smith again. Same play. Touchdown. Chase Smith. Folks, this is remarkable. Wow.
2-yard touchdown.
That was a 5-play, I believe, drive. 80 yards. 80 rushing yards for Chase Smith. 80 rushing yards for CPA. The Lions score with 10:45 on the clock. They used a minute and 15 seconds to go 80 yards. And Smith does all the damage. 6-0 Lions. Osborne on to attempt the PAT. I'm just stunned. I'm sure Lipscomb's sideline is stunned as well. That was Chase Smith, Chase Smith, Chase Smith, Chase Smith, and Chase Smith. And they couldn't chase him down. 80 yards in a minute and 15. Here's Osborne, the sophomore. PAT attempt is good. Lions lead 7-0 early in this game. And you have to say they wanted to establish things, a certain tone out of the gate, and did they ever? My goodness. They were going to call that a 2-yard run, I believe, for the touchdown. So once again, it's CPA takes the ball at their 20, and I wouldn't even say marches, more like sprinted 80 yards in just a couple of plays to go up 7-0. Flabbergasted, I think I am. I'm not sure about some of the fans. I think are feeling the same way right now. That was just ironic in the sense that Mitchell comes in as something of a highly touted passer this season. He's had a great season already, passing the ball. Didn't have to pass at that time at all. He just handed the ball off to his senior comrade, Chase Smith. Now Smith getting perhaps a little more playing time than he would have if not for the injury to Glenn Fleener early in the season. But Smith has made the most of this opportunity. He's the leader out there in the backfield. You'll see Sam Landers play some at fullback as well for the Lions. But right now, it's an early lead for CPA, and they definitely established what they wanted to establish out of the gate. We'll see if Lipscomb can respond here. They haven't had the ball yet, of course. Mustangs lined up. 2 receivers deep. We'll see if Osborne goes for the end zone. On the kick. Very talented sophomore, JR.
All right.
There's a Jack. That's easy. Has that ever happened before?
What's that? Yeah.
CPA had 1 running back go 80 yards? I wonder. Well, Luke, yeah, we're just pointing out some of the history of CPA. Luke Landers had some rushing games like this, but right now it's maybe, here it is, to the 5, up the middle, tackle made from behind by Manuel there, and that was on the rush, number 20 for Lipscomb. I'll get it right in a second. Golden, Nathan Golden, great name for a Lipscomb player. Golden, as golden in purple. So 1st and 10, Lipscomb at the 24, they're marking it. So that may be the fastest in history that anybody's gone for 80 yards in CPI. I got to think it might be We'll see. We'll check the record books on that, but it was Smith for 80 yards. Here it is. Dawes under center now. Movement, some sort. Both sides move. Maybe it's offside. I can't tell. Lipscomb had a player clapping as if it might be against CPA. We'll find out. All kinds of movement before the snap right there. It's going to be offside against the Lions, so it is a positive play for Lipscomb. They get 5 yards free. They'll bring up 1st and 5 from the 29.
First down, 5 yards to go. Lipscomb, ball at their own 29-yard line.
To the line, Dawes, 2 receivers to the right. Man in motion gets the handoff. And lots of room, cutting back inside. What a run. They're still going all the way, churning down there. It's Tigg, DeAndre Tigg. He is for real. He says, hey, Chase Smith, I can do that too. Rush goes all the way down to the 46 of CPA. That would be a 25-yard gain for Lipscomb. And Tigg, I think, had a ton of touchdowns last week. Not last week. Maybe it was last week. He scored a bunch this year. Handoff, just snuffed out right away there. Who was that on the tackle? Elliott? James Elliott comes crashing through to make the tackle on Kenneth Drew. That's a loss of a couple. Bring up 2nd down 12 from the 48 of CPA for Lipscomb. That time Elliott just broke right through the line. Elliott headed for Furman. I believe that's right. That certainly warms the cockles of the heart of Coach Ingle Martin, Furman guy, to know that Elliott is heading there next year. 2nd and 12. Dawes under center. Drew behind him, I believe. Man in motion. It's a handoff. It's going to be churning. Up the middle is Glimpse. So it's Glimpse, Drew, and Tigg, who will get most of the carries for David Lipscomb. That was a nice little run up the middle. Got 6 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 6. So they were at 12 yards to go. Ball on the 42.5 of CPA right now. 7-0 Lions lead. Clock running at 9 minutes in the first quarter. Lipscomb trying to counter that very, very quick touchdown scored by CPA. Man in motion is Dawes passing just out of the reach of Bruce. Was it Bruce? Yes. Daniel Bruce couldn't quite get there. That was Dawes trying to kind of go back and pass it against the grain there. He had to turn his shoulders and get that throw out. It was a little bit out of the reach. So it brings up 4th down, and Dawes is also the punter for Lipscomb. He'll be back at about the 47, 46, 45 now. And back to receive will be Chase Smith. To return, rather. Snap is away. Here's the kick. Dawes going for the corner. Nice looking kick. Angling, but it will be a little bit too far. It'll go in the end zone for a touchback, so it'll be
first down, 10 yards to go for
that
the
was
Lions. Ball at their own 20-yard line.
42-yard kick, I think. No return, of course. It's a touchback. Lions get the ball back with 8:33 remaining in the first quarter. We'll see what they do this time. Last time it was all Chase Smith. I'm curious to know whether they stick with that plan or do something different on this second drive. That obviously was a plan, was a scripted first drive. It was just Smith, all Smith. On the drive for Lipscomb that time, Tigg had a really nice run of 25 yards. After that, they got bogged down a bit. Here come the Lions in the gun with Mitchell. Smith with him. It is Smith. Once again, can he go more? Outside, Smith getting outside. Smith trying to get outside all the way. He gets the first down and more. Chase Smith here has 95 yards rushing. Right? 90, what is it? They're going to say that was a 16-yard gain, so 96 yards now for Smith so far. First and 10 Lions. Mitchell in the gun once again. Now this time it's a pass. First pass of the game. It's to Osborne. Osborne on the outside trying to go. Ball fumbled, and he's able to recover it. Nice strip there made by Glimpse. heads up. Osborne fell on it. That will be a gain. About 3, I think. Second down 7 coming up for the Lions.
Luke Runyon making the tackle for Lipscomb.
So the first pass of the game is out to Osborne from Mitchell. That was the first play not involving Chase Smith. Clock at 7:48 and running. Mitchell looks to the sideline. Coach Martin perhaps signaling something in. Here's a handoff to Smith. Smith up the middle. Smith carrying a tackler a couple yards, almost to the first down marker, not quite, it's a bit short. It'll bring up third down and short. That was a gain of about 5, maybe 6, if I'm thinking straight. Yes, 6-yard gain. Third and 1. Mitchell under center this time. Landers out to the right in the backfield. Smith also with him. Lipscomb adjusting. It's going to be a quarterback sneak. He will have the first down and more, and Mitchell will turn those legs all the way to midfield. Good run by Albert. 4-yard gain right there to earn a first and 10 at dead mid-center field. Lions driving again. 7:06 to go first quarter. They lead by 7 already. Handoff Smith. Smith breaks to his left now, tries to cut it back, gets to the 48. That time was the first short gain of the game for Smith, about maybe a yard and a half, maybe 2. He's got 97 yards rushing, folks, in the first half of the first quarter. Second down, 9. Mitchell, shotgun this time. Clock at 6:35. You see Thomas Richard, receiver on this side. On the other side, you've got Robert Brown and Andrew Manuel. Backfield is Landers with. Here's a pass out to the flat to Manuel. Manuel, flag. It's going to be holding against CPA right there, I believe. Manuel had some room. Looked like Brown will be called for holding. Robert Brown, the senior, maybe had a little too much jersey there of the cornerback trying to block for Manuel. That was one of those passes to the flat where you've got basically you got to block at least one guy and then hope Manuel can beat another. And would have been a somewhat positive gain. Instead, it will come back. Unless I'm totally seeing things. Yes, holding against CPA. So they'll go backward. It'll bring up second down and long. 17, I think. Maybe 18. Actually, second. Yeah, 18, really. Here's Mitchell. Looks to the side. Lions in their purple. Handoff this time. It is Presley. Presley cutting back the other direction. Can he get a block? Presley, yes. Blocked by Richard. No, they're going to call that a block in the back. It's going to come back. That was very close. Looked like it could have been inside the shoulder pad, but the referee said no. It's going to be against Richard on a block in the back. That was very close to my eye. Looked like it almost was in front of the front of the shoulder pad, but I believe they're going to call that against Thomas. Ended up being a nice play by Mad Max Presley. Presley was able to cut it back, reverse field, a little Barry Sanders type motion right there. But it's all for naught. Clock stopped now at 5:45 first quarter. Lions up by 7. Marching it off. So now the Lions going the wrong direction. And it will be marked at the 27. That's going to bring up second down and Bellevue to go right here. Lions moving east to west. Shotgun for Mitchell. In motion goes Landers. Mitchell hands it off to Smith. Smith trying to get outside. Smith, can he? He'll cut it back up. It looked like he might have some room outside, but he cut it back up and didn't get much. Smith taken down by a very excited right now Luke Runyon, I think, 42 on the tackle. A junior with a nice play, and he gave a little shout to the sideline after that. Fired up. Now it's third down, and Vaughn's gap to go. Mitchell, ball at the 30. And it's third and 30. Mitchell going to pass it for Brown. Brown catches it. Robert Brown, ball comes out. This time it's fumbled and recovered, I believe, by Lipscomb. It is. So Brown, the nice catch, nice pass from Mitchell, but the ball was stripped away from him just past midfield, and it'll be Lipscomb football. So really the net result there is probably a short punt if you're CPA. You have to look at it like that. But good field position for Lipscomb, starting at their own 47. And their sideline. By the way, this is the largest visiting crowd of the season, I do believe, here at CPA. Here's Dawes under center. Here's Dawes trying to pass. Flag goes down. Incomplete pass intended out there for Tig.
Flag on the play.
Biggest visiting crowd of the season. Jack Hawthorne confirms, yeah, largest visiting crowd by far, really, of the season. This is a big Lipscomb fan section over here across the way. You can see them on camera there. That call was against Lipscomb. That backs the Mustangs up. So right now, both teams are penalty plagued as we move past the midway point of the first quarter. 4:35 on the clock in the first. 7-0 Lions. That fast start. They scored within a minute and 15 seconds, but right now the game has slowed down a bit. Lipscomb ball. Dawes under center. Man in motion. Hand off to Tig, though. Tig spins. Tig goes down. First tackler, would-be tackler, was Landers, and he missed him. And Tig was tackled down there by a couple guys, including Houston Nichols, number 1 at linebacker, in on the stop.
Making the stop for the Lions. Number 1, Houston Nichols.
Nichols, a sophomore. Outstanding player for the Lions.
Down 20 yards to go, Lipscomb. Ball at their own 32-yard line.
Ball on the 32. It'll be bring up second down. About 20 to go. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Man in motion. His glimpse. Dawes will pass. Downfield, intercepted by Richard. What a play. Still going. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 35, but what an interception by Thomas Richard. Richard shows his athleticism. You've seen it plenty of times on the basketball court as well. That was like almost an alley-oop type play. Richard went up, grabbed that ball, brought it down. Nicely done. Not a bad, terrible pass by Dawes. Just a great play, I think, there by Thomas Richard to pick it off. Big play for CPA. They have 1st and 10 now at the Lipscomb 35. 3:44 to go in the first. Mitchell and Smith in the backfield along with Landers. I think that's Landers. No, it's not Landers. It's actually, I can't tell from here. 3 receivers wide. Lipscomb readies themselves. Timeout going to be called by CPA, I think. It will be no, it's actually delay of game. Timeout not called. So the clock ran down all the way to nothing. A lot of penalties in the past few minutes right now. Clock is at 3:44. A couple big plays right there in succession. The fumble recovery by Lipscomb at their own 47. A couple plays later, the interception by Thomas Richard. So turnover and then turnover back. And it's now on the 40-yard line of Lipscomb. 1st down, 15 to go. Mitchell out in the flat to Richard, trying to break free. He does make a little juke move, you see there, but not much of a gain, almost actually no gain. And there's a couple players going at it. It was Robert Brown and Gabe Glimpse, a little extracurricular right there after the play. No flags were thrown, but a little bit of a warning, I think a verbal warning from the refs on that. Hey, knock it off, guys. They're fired up, no question. Both teams know this is a big game, big rivalry. 2nd down, 14 to go for CPA at the Lipscomb 39. Mitchell, high snap, he gets it. Smith on the carry. Smith breaking through the 35-yard line. Lipscomb definitely has stiffened on defense after that first drive when it looked like they were just gaping holes for Chase Smith. Lipscomb has adjusted, it seems, so far and is putting up more of a wall. Big 3rd down play here. Are they in range for Osborne? Perhaps. Ball at the 34. 3rd down and 9. Blitz coming. Mitchell to pass. There is Manuel open for a 1st down, and he gets down to the 20. Nice pass by Mitchell. Nice catch by Andrew Manuel. Number 17, Manuel. junior. Speaking of basketball players, he also is one. And, of course, several basketball players on Lipscomb football team as well, including Glimpse. Fast, another high snap. Handoff Smith. Smith at the middle. You see him go churning down toward the 15, almost the 15. That was 2 high snaps in a row. But both times Mitchell has been able to use his height to go up and snag him. It's another hurry-up offense. No huddle, of course, for CPA. 2nd down and 6. It's going to be a fumble. That was a bad-looking play from the start. A little confusion in the backfield. The handoff was not made cleanly to Smith, so Mitchell heads up there, able to grab it. And but he will take a loss, though, back to the 19. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 9, or 3rd down and 8, 8.5. Minute and 40 in the first quarter. Mitchell, shotgun. Pass out, wide open is Robert Brown. Brown will try to get the first down, and he will, I believe, fight his way to the 10-yard line, very close to the first down. Are they going to give it to him? Extremely close. I don't know from here if he has it. He was wide open, and then nice closing play there to the tackle. But Brown, what are they saying? They are saying first down. Hold on, there's a timeout taken by Lipscomb right now. It is barely a first down. I think the ball is sitting on the 10, so that is about as far away as you can be and have it be a 1st and goal. So a breather here in the action. 1:28 on the clock, first quarter. Lions lead 7-0. The way the game started, you might think CPA was going to go up 28-0 by this time. They've started so quickly, but Lipscomb has adjusted and stiffened. And the Mustangs trying to hold here. Certainly in range for J.R. Osborne right now, sophomore kicker for CPA. You don't want that if you're CPA, though. You want to score 6 plus 1. And Osborne attempted a 61-yarder earlier in the season from here at the Den, and it was, I think, about a 10 yards short, we think, from that might have been good from 51. It wasn't good from 61, though. So Osborne's leg, strong. We've seen him play soccer. Those of you who know he's a soccer player as well, and he's got a powerful leg in that venue also. So here come the Lions back on the field. Ball on the 10. It's Chase Smith to the left of Mitchell, and Landers also is in the game. Handoff Smith going to his right. Fake reverse. Nothing doing. He gets maybe a half yard, maybe a yard. That didn't fool anybody on the fake reverse. Lipscomb stayed home and made the tackle. Here is second goal. Mitchell, handoff. Presley out of room. Presley going to his left. Presley all the way down to the goal line, and touchdown, Lions. Mad Max Presley churns it in. Actually, he didn't churn it in. He had a lot of open space, and he carried a tackler in the end zone from about the 2. So Presley with a touchdown, and the Lions go up 13-0, pending the extra point attempt by Osborne. So just under a minute to go in the first. Lions attempting to extend their lead to a full 2 scores. Manuel the hold. Osborne's kick. No problem. So 14-0. CPA leads with just under a minute. Well, after a little bit of back and forth right there, you saw the fumble and then the interception. CPA drove it on in. Lipscomb had kind of weathered the storm there for a while, it appeared, and now it's a 2-score game. And we'll see if they can respond on offense. Offensively, of course, it'll be Dawes at quarterback. He is he is a senior, rather. 6'3", goes about 180. Quarterback punter. And Dawes will hand it off a lot, as we know, to Kenneth Drew, DeAndre Tigg, and then Gabe Glimpse. This Tigg with a huge game
Back deep to receive for Lipscomb.
That might have been the one against Greenbrier. When Greenbrier, he had 5 or 6 touchdowns, 5 TDs, I think. Tig, that's right. So that was 2 weeks ago, the 35-21 victory, Tig. And he had that one big run tonight, 25 yards. He certainly is capable of great things. We'll see if more of that materializes here as the game goes on. Osborne to kick off from the 40. He's going to be onside. It is picked up by Richard. It'll be CPA football. What a play. Great kick by Osborne, and the recovery by number 9, Richard. Big night for Thomas with the interception, and now an onside kick recovery with a great little kick by Osborne. Gets high fives and pats on the helmet from all around on the sideline there. You saw him run over the ball and kind of just drag his foot over the top of the ball. Onside kick, CPA football. It is a first down, and definitely with 10 yards. It was actually went 14 yards before Richard picked it up. Looked like maybe a Lipscomb player had a chance at it, but Richard grabbed it. So huge play there, obviously, for CPA. Back on offense. Mitchell, what's he going to do? He's trying to run the ball. That was maybe a busted play. I don't know. It looked awkward from the start. I'm not sure what happened there, but it ends up being a loss of about 3 or 4. Yes, a 4-yard loss. So now second down 14 from midfield for CPA. Clock is now running at 51 seconds. Actually, it stopped at 51 seconds. In motion goes Landers. Hand off Smith. Up the middle. Smith has some room. Smith will churn his way and then carry the tackler, Cooper Jackson, for a couple more yards, all the way down to the 42. Good run there by Chase. I've lost track of his yardage now, but it's over 100 yards, certainly, for Smith. 3rd down and 6 coming up. Clock at 28 seconds and running, first quarter. Mitchell to Smith again. Smith, a lot of room. Smith, lots of room. Still going. Manuel blocks for him. Smith will go into the end zone. I do believe he will. Touchdown, Chase Smith. 38 yards on the touchdown for Smith. He may have 150-plus yards. I believe he does. And 2 scores so far. Lions go up 20-0. Wow. And we hear Jack Cawthorn just saying Smith has now eclipsed 1,000 yards rushing for the season. He came in with 878. Now he's 1,000-plus. Amazing. Osborne to attempt the PAT. Snap, hold, kick is good. So CPA now leads by 3 touchdowns. What a turn of events right there. You thought Lipscomb was going to get the ball back for a chance to counter. Instead, what happens? The onside kick, and then boom, boom, boom. Smith goes in. How many for Smith?
You're not that cool, okay?
How many yards for Smith?
He's got roughly 165.
Wow. Right now, 165 yards for Chase Smith, rough unofficially. And that's in the first quarter. So he's on pace for 500 and 600 yards rushing. That won't happen probably, but what a first quarter for Chase. And there's still 13 seconds to go. You never know what might happen. We'll see if Lipscomb will certainly be looking for that onside kick now, I would say, but I would venture to guess that CPA will kick it away. So Smith, 2 touchdowns, right? Or is it 3, actually? No, just the 2 for Smith. The 1 for Max Presley. Here's Osborne. Deep kick this time will go to about the 2-yard line. Up the middle. Tripped up maybe by his own man. Looks like, who was that on the rush? It was Golden again. Nathan Golden, the senior, on the return. He gets just about to the 20. And there are still 6 ticks on the clock remaining here in the first. well, my goodness, at this moment, no question really who the player of the game would have to be. It's Chase Smith for the first quarter. We'll see how things go the rest of the way. But Smith, 2 scores, 163 yards rushing. CPA very active on defense right here. It's a handoff going left. Is that Tig? No, that's actually Kenneth Drew, my bad. Drew 15 on the carry. Tangled up in there, Robert Brown. Brown is very energetic tonight, put it that way. He's been scrapping during and after play so far. That will be the end of the first quarter.
CPA Lions 21, the Lipscomb Academy Mustangs 0.
Second quarter will start momentarily. We'll recap. CPA takes the opening kickoff and goes 80 yards in a minute and 15 seconds. All of them by Chase Smith, 80 yards rushing. Touchdown from 2 yards out. Lions go up 7-0. Right now, Jack Cawthorn is announcing CPA Lions girls soccer victory last night against Hume Fogg. They win the district title last night here in the Den. So CPA will go on the region round. It'll be Tuesday night, probably right here. And Jack mentioning several players, all district. Roman, Myers, Andres, and Mickey Dye, MVP of the tournament. Great success for the Lions, and they go up in the region game on Tuesday. Here, if you're tuning in and you're in town, please come out on Tuesday at 7 o'clock right here in the Den and cheer on the Lions. Their opponent is to be determined tonight. Actually, there's a game going on that will determine who they play. One of the possibilities is like Clarksville Academy is one. We'll see if that materializes. But either way, Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, love to have you in the Den to cheer on our soccer girls. They're having a great season so far. They're hoping, of course, to go back to state. They went to the state final last year and lost to CAK out of Knoxville in the final game, but a great run last year, and another good run appears to be on tap this season.
Sophomore quarterback Scotty Hudson, who placed 11th in the state golf tournament. That sophomore quarterback Scotty Hudson placing 11th in the state golf tournament.
Scotty Hudson, we're hearing, was 11th in the state golf tournament. Way to go, Scotty. Good golf action there, led by Coach Steve Wilson here at the Academy. And good to hear that. Good girls results this year, too, including our camera operator tonight, Mary Monroe, one of 2 girls along with young Miss Stout, who have done really well at the district level in girls golf. So good things happening, good things to come. CPA.
That sounds good.
I didn't hear it.
That's the contribution from the kids.
All right. Saw Rob Gage pop his head in. Rob Gage, of course, instrumental in our CPA Dads group. If you're a dad out there listening, Rob Gage, you can look on the website, our CPALions.org. At CPALions.org, you'll find under Parents, there'll be a CPA Dads tab. You can learn about that good group. It's doing a lot of good stuff. CPA fathers, grandfathers, men of the Academy. Had a really cool, fun steak dinner recently, and there are other events coming up, other things throughout the year, service-oriented things. CPA Dads is part of PSF, Parent Support Fellowship. And that was Rob Gage. Just great job, volunteer coordination for that. Okay, here it is, Lipscomb football, second down. Ball is loose on the turf, and it's going to be recovered, I believe, in the backfield by Lipscomb. That was second down and a couple. That'll be third and a bit longer on the mishandled, perhaps, snap. I couldn't quite tell if it was on the snap or after that. So back to the 24-yard line, brings up third down and about 6. Clock 11:33 and running here in the second quarter. Lions by 3 touchdowns. Here is a rush, now breaking back the other direction. What a run. Churning yards and then getting past Thomas Richard almost all the way to the 40 that time was, who else? Yep, DeAndre Tigg. That guy is slippery. and fast and quick. It's a 15-yard gain. Will be a first down for Lipscomb.
Gain of 15 on the play.
That's the second big play of the night for Tig. First one was 25 yards. That one, I think, was 15. First and 10 on their own 39. Handoff up the middle. That time is Kenneth Drew. He gets nothing much, maybe a yard.
Kenneth Drew on the carry. Making the stop on the line.
So CPA certainly played well that first quarter. I was talking to Coach Martin earlier today at the team meal. Coach Martin said they just want to play their game, play CPA kind of football and be consistent. We're talking about the need to play a complete game and just execute and do the things they know how to do. Nothing fancy there, nothing tricky. Just, of course, there have been some tricks tonight with that onside kick. Handoff. Glimpse this time, I think. Gets about 3 or 4 to the left side. Of course, the key to Lipscomb's engine up there is some of the beefy guys in the middle. Some really strong linemen, including Ian Mills, goes 256. My goodness. One of the tackles in there. Lipscomb has some good, strong guys on the line. Now it's 3rd and 5 from the 44. 9:55 to go. And the pass out to Tig, and it will be a first down. Nice play there. Dawes was able to hit Tig just past midfield, and he was able to gain the first down.
Dawes pass complete to number 22, DeAndre Tig.
So Tig has been on every big play pretty much of the night so far for Lipscomb. Their fans are excited over there on the far side now, and student section really energetic. That's one thing Lipscomb's known for, energetic students at events like this. Here is Dawes. Tig in motion, gets the handoff to the left. Tig, oh my goodness, Elliott tries to go through a blocker, can't quite do it, but he does stifle. He does actually disrupt the run enough so that the cavalry arrives a few minutes later. And it's a loss of about 2, maybe 3 yards for Tig. Elliott broke it up initially, but there comes Landers limping off. Watch out, Sam Landers is gimpy coming off the field. I hope he's okay. And then comes Houston Nichols at linebacker. We'll see what Landers' issue is. He'll get some training over there by star PT, Matt Weitzel perhaps, Anna King down there. There comes Matt to give it a look. Second down now, 12 from the 49. Handoff is inside handoff, but what a play there. It was Drew taking the handoff, and in the backfield, who was that? Was that Jack Hooper? No. 66, that was Hooper in on it.
Also 3 on the play. That brings up
Am I doing that? No, it's Parker Howell, my bad. Parker Howell was in on that in the backfield to disrupt that. Howell's huge. Parker, of course, only a sophomore, and if you watch basketball, you see him on the basketball court too. He's a big guy. I think I asked him one time how much he's going to grow. Is he going to be 6'8", 6'9"? He said maybe. His family has some tall folks in it. Here is a rollout to the right for Dawes. Dawes looking down. Nice catch there by Tig. Who else? Of course, Tig. All the way to the 40. Short of the first down, though, I think. It was 3rd and 15. Now it'll be 4th and about 1.5 yards from the 40. 4 down territory? I would think so. Down 3 scores at this point in the game, you're gonna go for it. Not gonna punt it. 8 minutes to go, second quarter. 4th and 2. Well, big play here for Lipscomb and CPA. Mustangs desperate for something positive. This drive has been so far. Handoff to Tig. He will get it. He was right at the marker when Landers met him, and then he was able to squirm forward. Tig's strong. Landers is strong guy. If Tig carried him a yard, you know Tig is also a strong guy. Tig not as tall. What does he go? About 5'6", they're saying, 187, but he's powerful. That time, Landers made the tackle, but not before a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 36.5. 7:35 to go in the second quarter. Handoff this time, Glimpse to his left. Glimpse will be dragged down after about, well, maybe no gain, actually. get up off the ground. Looks like, who is that?
Carrying the ball for Lipscomb. Number 28, Dave Glenn.
Can't tell that was number 50, Mitchell, in on the tackle.
No gain on the
I think it was, actually. No, that's 50. That's actually, let me get that straight here. Hunter Cross, 50 on the tackle there. Don Mitchell's 51, not 50. So second down and right at 10 again. Lipscomb clock at under 7 minutes. Dawes to pass, tipped away by Robert Brown. Nice play by Brown there. I think if he didn't tip it, Richard was there for a possible interception. That would have been a pick six, too, if Richard gets to it. But either way, Brown tips it away. Like you mentioned the basketball connection, but that was a nice little tip play by Brown. They're showing their jumping ability here. Richard on the great pick earlier, which was a high jump off the field, and then Brown there jumps up to tip that pass away. Third down, 10. In motion is Tig. Whistle will go off. Lining up at fullback that time was Cooper Jackson. Kind of the big linebacker slash running back. It's going to be false start against Lipscomb. So they'll back up 5, and it'll be third down and 15 now. 41. Not what you want to see happen if you're Lipscomb. Coach Glenn McAdams been, I think we said 31 years for Coach. 31 years for Coach McAdams. So he's definitely a veteran coach, dean of the coaches around here. Hand off to Drew. Drew, shake and bake, then trying to get something positive. Now flag goes down. That could actually be a face mask against the Lions. It looked like the referee was looking at the tacklers. Could be holding, but I'm going to guess it may be against the defense right there. We'll find out. Not much of a gain, maybe a gain of 4 on the play. It would be 4th and 11, but we'll see what the penalty does to that.
Flag on the play.
It is going to be, what I say, I'm a seer. It was a face mask. That official was looking right at the tacklers who were pulling down the running back, and I could just tell that looked like maybe a face mask. Certainly, I don't think it was intentional. But it results in, must be a 5-yarder, yes. In high school, he still had the 5-yarder. So it won't be a first down. It'll be third down and about 6 now. It's from the 33. Of course, I think NFL, maybe college too, it's no more, only 15 yards now and a first down for the face mask. Here's Dawes. 2-step drop. Pass, picked off. What a play. Intercepted. Great catch right there for CPA. Will Godwin. My goodness, nice play by Godwin. I was joking earlier that Godwin looks a little bit like Ronnie Sunshine Bass from Remember the Titans. That time he looked more like Deion Sanders on the corner right there with the interception. Second pick of the game for the Lions. First by Richard, not that one by Will Godwin. Godwin, the senior. Turnover, CPA ball. First and 10 from the 28-yard line with 5:58 to go here in the second quarter. Mitchell hands off Smith. Smith will try to maneuver. He gets slammed down hard. Nice and extra measure there. Tackle made by Cooper Jackson. Jackson kind of made sure of that one, pounded him into the turf a little bit there. Aggressive, big, strong player is Jackson. Good run, though, by Smith on first down. Got about 4. Second down, 6. Mitchell. In motion comes Presley. It is a handoff. What is that? It's in a broken play. Mitchell will try to go up the middle. He'll get pounded pretty hard right there, but then gains maybe 1 or 2. That was a busted play. Going down, is that Jack Hooper? It may be. It is Jack Hooper, the senior, down on the turf. That's not good. Here's CPA, but it will be now. Well, let's see. Ball is on the 32.5. They're gonna help Big Jack off the field right there. There's Matt Weitzel helping, along with Dr. Cook, I think. I can't quite tell from this angle. Like the window's a bit of a glare here. So the result of that play, 3rd down and 6 now from the 32. Clock 5:12 and running. Stay tuned for halftime. There'll be a fun routine on the field by some CPA young ladies. Here's Mitchell. That's the play they wanted earlier. Hand off to Presley up the middle. Presley churns for maybe 2. Not much, really. Closed down nicely by the Mustangs. That appeared to be the play they wanted to run the play before. So 4th down 4. Well, let's look for a quick kick here, perhaps. If I had to guess, I would say that Mitchell might drop and just might quick kick it. We'll find out. 4:27 to go in the second quarter. Yeah, Mitchell's going to drop. I think he's going to punt it. Yes, it's a quick kick. Nice one by Mitchell. Will it get the roll, though? Now, actually more of a sideways bounce. Out of bounds inside the 20, though. So that's effective. Good kickoff. Really no steps. I mean, just a one-step kick from Mitchell there. That's near and dear to Coach Martin's heart. He's done some of those in his playing days as well. So the result of that punt, ball was on, I think, the 30, what was that? I lost track. 34 maybe. Anyway, it ends up being somewhere in the neighborhood of a 47-yard kick. So very, very effective punt. Thank you. Appreciate our friends from Lipscomb being up here, Peter. Much appreciated. They do a great job at Lipscomb with sports information, and we sure appreciate that. So 1st and 10, Mustangs at the 19, their own 19. Clock at 4:10. Second quarter. Dawes. Handoff up the middle, tripping, though, maybe over his own blocker. Unfortunately, there was Glimpse. 28 Glimpse, and they see him patting the helmet of the tackler, Nichols. That's good to see that. You know, even when you're strong, fierce rivals, you can also be good sports. As Coach Ryan Doyle was praying before the game that they play hard and seek to glorify God in the midst of all that. You can do this. You can do both. So here it is. Lipscomb, 2nd down, 9 from the 20. Here is Tig. It's Tig on a sweep. Tig will be tackled on a trip by, who is that? Will Godwin. The interceptor a moment ago makes the tackle, but not before a gain of how much? Ball's on 26, I think. 25. So brings up 3rd and 4. Clock running at 3:13 till halftime. Back into the game comes Daniel Bruce into the backfield, maybe receiver, actually. Out to the left. One receiver out to the left. Well, 2, actually. Tig is one of them. I bet Tig comes in motion, though. We'll find out. Yes, he does. He will. Wait a minute. Flag down. Timeout, actually, before the flag. Timeout taken by Lipscomb. They'll be their second, I think, of the half, yes. Lions haven't called one yet, I don't think. Have they? They may have. Yeah, no, okay, they haven't. So we'll have a quick pause in the action, and we can tell you again, Jack Cawthorn mentioned it, but don't forget soccer coming up Tuesday night here in the Den at 7 as the girls play in the regional round. Their goal, of course, is state. Once again, congrats to our girls volleyball team. They came up just short at the regional level, losing to, I think, Good Pasture. It was a good season for the Lions, led by Coach Martha Sheffield. Just ended up a little shorter than they wanted to, unfortunately, but congrats to those girls on a hard-fought season, getting into that regional round. See Philip Hancock, their linebacker coach for CPA. He's coach just came off the field. Had the pleasure of playing golf with Coach Hancock in the CPA Golf Classic at West Haven last week, and that was a great pleasure. Great day, a lot of fun out there. Here's Dawes. Whoa, broken play there. He'll go down in the backfield. That was a mix-up on the signal call, and it was
Portland Dawes on the carry for Lipscomb.
Tackle made by, I think, Parker Howell along with Hunter Cross. Yep, Cross gets credit for the tackle. Howell was nearby too. It'll bring up 4th down and long. Right? Yes. Well, from this point, you'd think you'd probably punt. 2:41 to go, first half. Lipscomb may call that last timeout, or did CPA? Thank you. CPA called timeout. Their first of the half for the Lions. So 4th and 5 right now for Lipscomb, down in their own territory at the 23. You'd think they would just punt the ball away here, and we'll see if they do that. See the Lipscomb cheerleaders on the far side. Some of them with, it looks like, pink bows in their hair. Can't quite see that far, but good to see the Lipscomb cheerleaders and fans. They have definitely filled up the visitor side over there. Not a familiar sight. We've had several games this year where there weren't many visitors in those stands, so it's good to see a full contingent over there. And we were talking earlier about they've got a sound system over there. They may try to rival the sound system for CPA with some noise, which is good. Now here it is, a punting situation. Dawes back to kick, standing on his 10-yard line. And it's Osborne to return. He's back at the 40 of CPA right now. Chase Smith is a little bit in mid-range there at the 37. Here we go. There's the snap. Dawes' kick is away. To the left side, it'll be hard to handle for CPA. They'll get out of the way, I think. Whoa, my goodness. That was dangerous right there. The ball hit a Lipscomb player, and then you saw Chase Smith touch it also, and then alertly dive on. He may get a ding from one of the coaches on that. Anyway, that was close to being an error, but the Lions recovered. They'll have the ball at the 42 with 2:30 to go here in the second quarter rather. Leading by 3 touchdowns. Will they make it 4? Mitchell passing to the flat. It's Brown. The ball is low though, and Brown can't quite get under it, so it'll be incomplete. And 2nd down and 10. Look like a long way. Okay, smells like a cookout down there. Somebody's got a heater. Smells like matches. All right, it's not matches though. We're fine up here. I'll make sure we weren't going to burn down. 2 1/4 to go first half. Mitchell with Smith. Passing again, same play, way over the head of Richard this time. Almost looked like maybe Mitchell threw it away. He saw descending on that play was the cornerback number 33 for Lipscomb there, Temple. He was right there all over Richard, so it wouldn't have been much of a gain anyway had he caught it. So now 3rd down 10 and 2 incomplete passes so far. It's going to be ball still on the 42. Mitchell looking down the flat toward Brown, over his head, though. Robert Brown couldn't catch up with that one. He was open, I think, to some degree, but incomplete. So it's 3 passes that go for nothing right now on this drive for CPA. This not much of a drive this time. 4th down and 10 from the 42. You think they probably would punt it. We'll see if Lipscomb bets on that. It's Mitchell in the shotgun. I think he may punt it as he did last time. We'll see. Clock at 2:13 here. Yeah, watch for the punt right here. Yep. Same thing as last time, and it's going to be to the right side. What a nice balance for CPA. If it stays, oh my goodness, what a nice roll for the Lions. Down to the 6. Wow. So the ball from the 42 down to the 6 ends up being, what, a 50-yarder? 52-yarder, I think. Wow. And, of course, no return, so very effective change of field position right there. So the clock at 2:03 to go till halftime. Lions lead 21-0. All the points, though, came, I think, in the first quarter so far, right? If I'm getting that correct. Nearly an hour into this game, and if you're just joining us, the first drive was Chase Smith, in 1 minute and 15 seconds, had 80 yards and a touchdown. And the game has slowed a bit since then. Here's a run up the middle for Kenneth Drew. Drew will be tackled, but he's fighting ahead all the way past the 10. Good run by Drew. Took 3 or 4 guys to get him down. But stuff there after a gain of about 5.
Number 6, Sam Landers, and number 21, Robert Brown.
Brown and Landers down on tackle there for the Lions.
Gain of 5 on the play.
Clock running under 140 now.
Ball at their own 11-yard line.
Lions 8-0. Lipscomb 4-4, but 3-1 in district play. Lions 5-0. Here's the handoff to, is that Tig? Can't quite tell from here, but I think it might be DeAndre Tig, is it? No, actually it's Glimpse. I'm sorry, I got those two mixed up, 28-22, but Glimpse that time inside gets a couple to the 14. So that brings up 3rd and 2. CPA takes it second time out of the half to talk things over. Maybe trying to stop him here and get the ball back. We'll see. That's part of the thinking of Coach Martin, taking that timeout so the clock won't just run all the way out. Also want to mention our friends at 560 AM Radio, NSR, is that right? Yes, NSR. WNSR.com if you want to listen to the radio broadcast every week, every game, home and away. It's Tom Abraham and Al Smith on the call, 560 AM radio locally, and that's WNSR. Am I getting that right? Make sure. WNSR.com if you're out of town for the radio broadcast. You tune in either here or tune in there. Video here, audio there. And sometimes we'll tap into their audio feed, and but just if there's not a video feed for whatever reason, sometimes we're not able to do every game on video. If that's the case, you can always tune in to radio. Tom and Al on WNSR. Here's big play here, 3rd and 2. Handoff up the middle. Stuffed initially is Jackson, or is it? Yes. But he gets outside and gets the first down. Cooper Jackson was stuffed at first, but he bounced it outside and got enough for the first all the way up to the 20. So the clock will run. No, it's stopped now for the first down marker movement. It's 1:11 now running. Under 1:10 to go first half.
Gain of 6 on the play. First down, 10 yards to go Lipscomb. Ball at their 20-yard line.
80 yards from pay dirt with a minute to go. We'll take a big play or two to get something really going for Lipscomb. In motion is Tig. He takes the handoff. Tig looking for something. What a play by James Elliott. My goodness. Elliott sniffed that out from the start. First disrupted it and then actually made the tackle himself for a loss of 5. What a play. You can see why Elliott has people at Furman licking their chops. He's a big dude. He's getting bigger, and he's quick. That'll be a loss of 5, as we said. Second down, 15. Clock running with 23 seconds. It may be just Lipscomb running it out here. Go to the half, down 3 touchdowns. You're not out of it yet. It just don't make it worse. Yes, this will be the last play unless CPA stops it. Here is almost getting the ball stripped away. It was on the run. It was Glimpse, and that'll be the last play of the half, I think. Well, now the clock is stopped. Timeout, CPA. So we'll see if they. That's the last timeout of the half, though, for the Lions, so they can't stop it again. Just hoping for any kind of a turnover or on this play. So barring that, it'll be halftime. Look at the crowd here for CPA. It's a good crowd. This side is basically full. A lot of students down there in the student section. Of course, it's a pink out, so some of the students wearing pink, and the cheerleaders with their pink pom-poms down there. But they're wearing their regular uniforms. They look a little chilly, a couple of them. Look like they're just kind of not quite shivering. They're trying to move, I think, to stay warm, I believe. See a news camera down there, or two, a sports camera covering the game. Try to bring some scores of interest if we can at halftime from other games. Give a shout out to our friend Rob Dustin. Rob out in Seattle, tuning in. Rob, thanks for your note, for your text. Glad to hear things are going well out there on the West Coast. It's fun to know that we can broadcast these games and they can go who knows where, all the way to Indonesia for all we know. Here it is, a handoff to Drew. Drew will go down after a couple yards, and that will be it for the first half. So the first half ends, and we'll say the Lions lead by 3 touchdowns, 21-0 over David Lipscomb. If we had to summarize, we'd say it was a lot of Chase Smith's show for much of the half. But it was Smith with 2 touchdowns on the ground and 1 by Max Presley. Smith has, I don't know how many yards he has. Let's find out.
With a record of 20 wins and 11 losses. They were the district tournament runner-up.
Some of the stats we'll look at just over the shoulder here. Mr. Roberts, if we can. Actually, maybe we'll look at them on paper. Unofficial, I guess.
All-district honors in volleyball. The all-district MVP,
Yeah.
CPA's Catherine Grace Woodall.
Right now, Jack is announcing some congrats. Eberly and Woodall, Anderson. Yep, some of the big volleyball players for CPA had a great season.
District 10 Coach of the Year was Martha Sheffield.
And actually, Sheffield was named District Coach of the Year. Way to go, Martha Sheffield.
Again, CPA volleyball.
So some big honors in district play for the Lions volleyball team. Great. All right, thank you, Mary Monroe. I was mentioning you earlier as one of our golfing standouts at the Academy also. Here come the cheerleaders. It's the 7th and 8th grade and varsity cheerleaders doing their thing. You can see them right down there on the right side of the camera. I would zoom in, but I'm not near the camera. I apologize for that. You can see them, though, to the right side, and it looks like maybe the middle schoolers in white and high school in purple and white. I think that's right. Exciting to be out there. I'm sure they're excited to just be moving on this chilly night, not standing still. Now, a few weeks ago, we had the little cheerleaders, the elementary cheerleaders, who got out there with the high school and did their thing, and that was just adorable. Always fun to see the elementary kindergartners and other small cheerleaders learning from the big girls and looking up to them. That's one of the beauties of being at an academy where you got preschool through 12, is that you can see little girls and boys learning from the big boys and girls and being mentored and led and seeing examples of that older generation, if you will, helping to raise up the younger ones. Very impressive. Look at this. Wow, way up high. We'll get the stats in a minute for the first half, but whoa, okay. Cheerleading is a sport, no question. These girls practice hard and they work hard. It's a lot of practice to do this, and it's not easy. And if you watch some of those contests on ESPN or wherever else where they have cheerleading contests, you see how hard it is. There they go. Good job by the elementary, by the middle school and high school CBA cheerleaders. Way to go. See if we can get some stats in a second here. And we'll play a little bit of our admissions video in a second for you. Some of the stats.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us not forget.
Can't quite see, but
also making the all-district team. Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening? What's happening on the team?
Oh my goodness! There's the gorillas and a banana. You saw them running out of camera range. Maybe they'll come back in. That's crazy. Is that Lipscomb or CPA? I don't know. Either way, it's entertaining. It's got to be CPA, right?
Go back to basketball about 5 years ago.
Ah, there's a bit of history there. I've not been here that long. Apparently, there's some history of the gorillas and the banana as they go outside to the left. Hey, Jay Wilkinson up in the booth. Good to see you. How's it going, Jay? Excellent photographer, videographer, and many other things. If you look on Facebook, our Facebook page, there's a picture that Jay took of the girls' soccer team last night winning the district championship over Hume Fogg, 1-0. So way to go, girls, and Coach Jay. Jay's one of the coaches helping out. Coach Brandon Gagliano, head coach, Julie Curtis, and Jay Wilkinson working with, especially with Meredith Roman, right? Goalkeeper, senior, outstanding basketball signee, I think, right? So first half, I don't have the stats in front of me, but I can tell you that Chase Smith had a bunch of yards. He went over 1,000 for the season, and he may have gotten close to 200 yards. I don't have it. May have it unofficially here. I'm not sure, but we'll see if I can get some of the Lipscomb stats too. So here we go. Well, thank you. Yeah, first downs 5 for Lipscomb, 7 CPA. Rushing yards, Lipscomb 23 for 85. Lions 21 rushes for 179. Passing yards 21 for the Mustangs, 52 for the Lions. Total yards 106 for Lipscomb and 231 for CPA. Passing, Dawes was 2 for 6 with 2 interceptions. Mitchell 6 for 9, no interceptions. Looking down here, turnovers. Wow, Lions had 3 fumbles, only lost 1 though. Lipscomb 1 fumble, none for losses. Penalties 5 against CPA for 41 yards, 2 for Lipscomb against Lipscomb for 24 yards. Let's see what else I can see here. Rushing leaders. Lipscomb drew 7 for 15. Tig was the leading rusher for Lipscomb, 46 yards on 7 carries, and then Glimpse had 20. And then Chase Smith, as we have said several times, leading rusher for CPA unofficially with 15 carries for 169, 169 yards and 2 scores. Presley had 2 rushes for 11 yards and a touchdown. Really, though, it was almost all Chase Smith. He had all but, 10 or 11 of their rushing yards. Receiving, we've got Manuel with 2 receptions for 16. Robert Brown, leading receiver for the Lions, 2 for 32. Tig had 2 catches for 21 yards. I guess that would be the only 2 catches for Lipscomb so far by DeAndre Tig. So there you have it. Thanks to our friends from Lipscomb and CPA also. Jim Roberts gave us some stats for the Lions as well. Now we'll play a special video if you want to tune in. This is our newly edited CPA admissions video. Hope you enjoy this while we take a brief break. About 10 minutes to go until second half action. Stay with us here from the Academy.
A burning vision for a Christ-centered school was central to the ministry of Christ Presbyterian Church at its founding in 1981. The original building on this campus was designed primarily for Christian education and held the first worship service on May 13, 1984. After considerable sacrifice and prayer, Christ Presbyterian Academy opened its doors on September 3, 1985. It began as a kindergarten through 6th grade elementary school with 124 students and 11 faculty members. A grade was added each year until the original 6th grade class eventually became the first graduating class of 8 seniors in 1992. Christ Presbyterian Academy operates within a triangular partnership of home, church, and school, all building into the lives of students. As a covenant school, every family has at least one Christian parent who trusts that our covenant-keeping God will maintain their family's line of faith by bringing their child to a saving relationship with Jesus Christ. By choosing Christian education, parents embrace both belief in God's faithfulness and also parental responsibility to raise their children according to God's truth. This philosophy brings families to CPA from 30 different zip codes in the mid-state that represent about 75 different churches. Every education has a worldview. In Christian education, the worldview is based on the truth of God, which is revealed in His Word, the Bible, and made flesh in the person of Jesus Christ. Through a Christian worldview, we see that God is the inspiration of great art and literature, the sovereign director of events throughout history, and the author and creator of the physical world. Under the guidance of wise and godly faculty members, students at CPA have the opportunity to thoughtfully reflect upon and apply a Christian worldview to all facets of the academic disciplines. It means viewing everything from the complex formulas of physics to the American Revolution to the epic poems of Homer through the lens of the gospel. With precision and excellence, CPA teaches students how to filter all knowledge and life through God's truth. Students are equipped to impact our culture by making great films, writing great literature, producing great music, leading successful businesses, healing through medicine, being godly spouses and parents, or doing whatever it is God has specifically called them to do with excellence and for God's glory. Our school motto is Soli Deo Gloria, which is Latin for To God Alone Be the Glory. We strive to bring honor to God in every aspect of the academy and each student's life. Whether our students are involved in fine arts, athletics, student government, rigorous academic classes, or any other aspect of the school, the scope of that experience is designed to develop their God-given gifts and bring glory to Him. Ultimately, knowledge must be applied in order to take root and grow. Thus, students have the opportunity to learn through experience beyond the traditional classroom. Everyone is a creative being made in the image of a creative God. Studying the concepts of color, light, form, rhythm, harmony, order, and expression reveal more of the character of God. Therefore, CPA believes that studying and participating in fine arts are necessary for a strong education. Through opportunities for growth in understanding, appreciation, and enjoyment of different art forms, all students are encouraged to discover their relationship to the arts. God has gifted each individual with unique talents and abilities in order to accomplish His purposes, and it is important to provide a learning environment for students to uncover and exercise their different artistic talents and abilities. The athletic program at CPA is designed to develop characteristics that allow students to win with humility, lose with grace, and persevere to achieve goals. Teams from elementary through high school compete in a structure that is age-appropriate, competitive, and focused on skills. Athletics promote individual development and discipline, willingness to sacrifice for the team, and pursuit of the highest degree of excellence possible. Participating in athletics allows students to connect and interact with a wide variety of schools throughout Middle Tennessee. Having an athletic program is not what makes us special. The difference at CPA is having the privilege to share Christ in a unique way through our words and actions as athletes, coaches, parents, friends, and family members. Teaching servant leadership is also a key element for students from kindergarten through 12th grade. All students are given opportunities to participate in mission-minded activities that flesh out the love of God by serving others. Every year, student-led service projects support ministries and organizations both here in Nashville and around the world. As CPA strives to produce leaders for the next generation, we teach students that true leadership is found in service. Whatever they do in life and wherever they may go, they are prepared to make an impact by exercising their faith. CPA has graduates scattered throughout the nation and the world, armed with God's truth, proclaiming His message of faith, hope, and love. Alumni can be found serving in areas such as healthcare, law, business, construction, professional arts and athletics, missions, and practically any other occupation you can imagine. CPA students have gone on to play college sports and signed Division I scholarships in basketball, football, volleyball, soccer, cross-country, track, swimming, baseball, softball, and golf. Fine arts students have achieved successful careers, including winning Emmy Awards, appearing in primetime shows on NBC and ABC, signing record contracts with RCA and other major labels, performing on Broadway, and appearing in motion pictures and more. CPA has always defined its greatest success by the words of 3 John 4. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children are walking in the truth. Seeing our students come to know God is our highest calling.
Isn't it great? We're back on the air. Welcome back. It's halftime here at CPA on this Play on Sports TWSAA Network broadcast. Lipscomb coming back on the field to the far side. You can see them coming into camera range now, I think. The Mustangs. CPA not out yet. They typically this season will have come out second and almost right at the right close to the end of the half. Lions like to take their time in the locker room, and they lead 21-0 tonight here from the Den. We gave you a couple of stats before the break. Let's reiterate the fact that Chase Smith has 15 carries for 169 yards. That's right. He's on pace for, what would that be, about 340, 338 if he were to run for the same amount. I doubt that'll happen. But for perspective, the single game offensive leaders in CPA history, Luke Landers gained 221 against FRA in 2003. Then you have David Latimer had 220 against Ezel Harding and 209 against Clarksville Academy. I'm looking to see. So at this point, Chase Smith has a shot if he were to run a lot in the second half. I doubt. I think my hunch is if CPA scores another touchdown or two, they will begin to play a lot of the younger players. So we won't see Smith as much second half likely. But
last 1,000 yard rusher was Luke Landers in 04, 1383.
Thanks so much. Jim Roberts is telling us that Luke Landers had 1,300 plus yards in 04. That was the last time we had a 1,000-yard rusher at CPA. So it's been 8 years ago. Wow. So Chase Smith over 1,000 now. Began the night with 878 on the ground, so he's rushed for 169. My math will be rusty, but it's way over 1,000. Let's see, what is that? Actually, 22. He's got 1,000 and what is that? 40-something right now. Yep. Anyway, so over 1,000 yards for the season. Chase Smith. Thank you, Jim Roberts, for that tidbit. Last one to do that was Luke Landers. And everybody knows Luke. His brother Sam is on the team right now. Luke, let's see, I'm looking back, look at the list here of stats. He's one of the leaders, along with David Latimer from 2000. Lots of leaders in those rushing categories include Landers and Latimer. Looking to see if I see just rushing. Well, anyway. Point is, good season for Chase Smith. Really good season so far for Smith and his teammates as the Lions lead here at halftime, 21-0. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you stayed with us for that presentation, our admissions enrollment video, a good kind of snapshot of what happens here day to day at the academy. And it's amazing to think of the history of CPA having gone from a few students back in '85. Yes, that was the past century. To now, more than 1,200 students in preschool through 12th grades. Brand new high school, of course. It's our second year in the new building, new facility. And preschool, elementary, middle, and high now, 4 separate buildings. One CPA, of course, and we're led by the one and only headmaster in the history of the school, Mr. Richard B. Anderson, RBA for short. And, of course, Nathaniel, sometimes he goes by Nathaniel Morrow. Nathaniel H. Morrow is our assistant headmaster and high school principal. And, of course, Morrow, football fans know, was a Vanderbilt standout and Tennessee Titan, 2 training camps in a row. Then there is the incomparable, inimitable, unsinkable Rhonda Smith, Mrs. Rhonda Smith, middle school principal. Everyone loves Rhonda Smith, and why not? Fantastic middle school principal, and lots of energy. And then you have equally unflappable Ann Purdy, elementary school principal, been here the entire time the academy's been going. A lot of longevity, and yet she looks so young. You know, being around these elementary kids will keep you young. Ann Purdy, and then we have Cheryl Daniel as our director of the preschool, CPA preschool, growing program there for little ones. So a lot going on here. I'm sure I'm forgetting a bunch of people. Of course, there's also Cal Cook, our director of development and alumni relations. If you're an alumni out there listening, Cal would love to hear from you or connect with you or help you stay connected. Look on Facebook, and you can search Christ Presbyterian Academy alumni, and you'll see a Facebook page there. Lest we forget, of course, not Drew Maddox. Drew is director of enrollment, in addition to his role as boys basketball head coach. And there you have some of the leadership. Catherine Kuntz, of course, academic dean. Catherine Kuntz, outstanding member of the leadership team here as well. I'm forgetting others. I'll mention some later. Here's the kickoff. Second half is underway. Osborne's kick down to about the 11-yard line. It's taken there by Golden, I believe, again. Golden will be tackled, met first by Joe Trice, 16, and then he carries him and a couple other guys a couple yards. That will be back close to the 30, isn't it? 28-yard line. First down and 10. Lipscomb, second half now underway. We will actually fix that so it actually reflects the quarter that we're in. Third. All right, first and 10, Lipscomb. Dawes under center. Handoff. Drew. Yes, Drew. Fumble and picked up. The Lions have recovered the fumble. Who is it? The same man who stripped it picked it up. It's Chase Smith. Well, my goodness. Smith rushing for 169 on offense, and that time he strips the ball away from Drew and recovers the fumble and returns it a couple yards to the 25. What a big play. So right out of the gate, big turnover. Frustrating for Lipscomb. First and 10 Lions on the 25 of the Mustangs. It's Mitchell in the gun. Handoff, no, it's a fake. A lot of room for Albert. Albert will go, and what a move by Albert. He faked outside and then went back inside, gained a couple more yards because of that nice dipsy-do head fake. Down to the 11-yard line, so what, a 19, make that a 14-yard gain, I think? Yes, 14-yard gain to the 11. Mitchell almost that was almost a handoff. He pulled it out the last second there of the out of the gut of his running back. Here's Mitchell this time. Handoff to Smith. Smith, a lot of room for Smith. Smith will go down toward the goal line and get in. Chase Smith. Wow. Adding 11 yards to his total to make it 180. And then his third touchdown of the night will give the Lions a 27-0 lead. Not the start you wanted if you're Lipscomb out of the gate. The turnover and the quick touchdown. And you're down in a hole. You have the ball to begin the second half, and then you have the unfortunate strip out of the arms of Drew by Chase Smith, and then Smith pay dirt. Player of the game so far? No question. 22. Here's the sophomore Osborne. It's going to be on the right side, but it is good. So Osborne makes his fourth PAT of the game. Well, what a huge, huge turn of events there. That was Lipscomb's chance to get back in this thing, get a drive going, something going on offense. And there, and unfortunately for them, it's a turnover. It would be their second fumble of the game, and that time it was recovered by CPA's Chase Smith. Chase stripped it. Chase picked it up. Chase ran a couple yards.
Scores of interest at the half.
Now Jack Cawthorn.
14, Brentwood Academy. 0.
14-0 Innsworth over Brentwood Academy. That game is on ESPNU. It's a big time game on TV tonight. Almost as big time as our game, which is on the Play On Sports Network. I put us up against ESPNU any week. So Innsworth, outstanding. Corin Elder, of course, they're standout. Brentwood Academy having a good season as well, though. I want to give a proper shout-out Peter Powell from David Lipscomb in the booth with us tonight. Much appreciated providing some information at halftime, some stats, and some other info as the game's gone on. Big thanks to Peter. As I said earlier, I think Lipscomb does a great job of putting together their stats and their information for sports information. So here it is. And that's Golden again. Golden, he's bumped by his own man there, and he will go down inside 20 rather. About the 18. That was a little bit a blocker there, I think, got tangled up a little bit, and Golden bumped into him. So the ball is marked at the 20. First and 10 clock at 11:03, so just really getting going here, second half. And already the Lions have scored 7. So both halves of this game, Lions score early. The first half, 1:15 into it, they score. This half, about a minute in. Not quite a minute. Handoff to, who was that? It looked like it was Glimpse. I think it was Gabe Glimpse, 28, correct? Yes. Okay, so gain of, well, no gain. Second down, 10 coming up. Look at the Lions. I think I see most of their starting lineup on D still. There's Nichols at middle linebacker. Landers is back in. Landers apparently didn't hurt his foot that badly. He's back in. That's good to see for CPA. Smith is in. Xander Isaacs also corner. Here's a nice run by Drew. He will be taken out by, who is that over there? Maybe James Elliott in on the stop. Gain of about 3.
Making the tackle for the Lions, number 22, Chase Smith.
Flag is down, though.
Sam Landers.
It appears to be a chop block called against David Lipscomb. That'll be a big penalty. I didn't see the block, but that will be one that you don't want to see if you're on offense. It stems the tide of your momentum. So it'll go ball all the way back to the 10. It'll be now
10-yard penalty. That brings up second down, 20 yards to go.
Second and 20. Got to get to 30 for first. It's kind of akin to a holding penalty, I suppose. 10 yards. Dawes in the game, just came bring in the play, and looked time that was, I think, Daniel Bruce that time. He'll go out to the left side. You've got Kenneth Drew in the backfield. There is in motion Tig. He gets the handoff, sweep play to the left. 2 blockers in front. Tig maneuvering his way, bumps into Smith, and then bounces off him and goes another yard or 2. He will get about, what are they going to give him? I think about 8, maybe 7. Not a bad play on that second down long. You hope to get 10 if you can, but 8 isn't bad. Now you got 3rd and 12, which is better than 3rd and 20.
Third down, 12 yards to go. Mustangs.
clock. 9:27 running here, third quarter. Lions now lead by 4 touchdowns. Here is Dawes, back to pass. Blitz coming. He will be taken down. Will he? Was he down? Incomplete pass. Was that Robert Brown? Yes, Brown on the blitz. Just about got to Dawes. Dawes barely able to get that pass out of his hand before he was taken down. So it is incomplete. Brings up, though, 4th down and 12 from the 18. So punting situation for Lipscomb. Dawes, the quarterback, and the punter. Similar to CPA's situation. CPA has, of course, Mitchell at quarterback and punter. Now also Osborne can punt if needed. Lions poised to go to 9-0. It looks as if that will happen unless barring a big turnaround. Here's Dawes' kick. Nice kick. It turns over. There's Osborne, though, from the 39. It's going to be a reverse. There's Chase Smith. Smith, nothing doing. Ball comes loose. It does. It's Lipscomb football. That's a big play right there for David Lipscomb. Lions run the reverse from Osborne to Smith. But Smith, it was sniffed out, I should say, by Lipscomb that time. I didn't catch the recoverer, but it will be Lipscomb football from the 39-yard line of CPA. So if you're David Lipscomb, you need any kind of spark right now, and that was it. And their fans are trying to get excited over there. They are excited. Right now, nothing to show for their efforts, but we'll see if they can get something going on this short field. 9 minutes flat on the clock. Dawes back to pass. Looking for Tig. Down the left side, not going to be there. Intercepted by Isaacs. What a play by Xander Isaacs. And they're going to give him a touchback. The junior with a great grab. Tiggs was never close to the ball. It was only going to be a matter of incomplete or Isaacs catching it. Isaacs got there first. And nice play. They're going to say his momentum carried him into the end zone, and so it'll be a touchback. Big play right there. So on first down, Lipscomb goes for the home run to Tig, and it wasn't there. And the junior, Xander Isaacs, number 15, was able to pick that ball off. He's had a couple big games this season, really playing well, the junior. And that time, he gets the ball back for his team. First down and 10 from the 20. Clock at 8:50 here, third quarter. It's still Mitchell at quarterback. Handoff to Smith, yes. Be dragged down from behind. Nice tackle there by number 30, it looks like. Adam Hebler. Adam Hebler on the tackle. Good job there. Only a gain of a couple, maybe one. Well, now they're going to give him 2, I guess. Smith comes out. His helmet came off, and that rule this year, your helmet comes off, you have to go out for a play. So he goes out, and I think Presley's probably in there in the backfield. I can see that far. Yeah, it's Max Presley with the ball. Left side sweep. Trying to break it outside. Cutting it back. Smith. Presley still going. Max Presley past midfield to the 40. To the 30. Max Presley's going to score. What a run. Unbelievable. Max Presley with the sweep. Toss sweep to the left. Or rather, handoff to the left. I'm too excited. He thought he was going to go down after about 5 yards. He busted through and then got outside. What a run. Max Presley. You see him excited, and why not? Man, Presley with what was, I didn't get the 78 yards. Thank you. God, the first game was 2 yards by Smith. That one was 78 to Pater. So maybe Presley says, hey, Chase Smith, I can rush for some yards too. Maybe he wants to threaten Chase for the rushing lead tonight. Osborne to attempt the PAT. Out of the hold of Manuel. It is barely good, but it is good. So Osborne's kick will make it 35-0. Brown on the hold. Brown on the snap. Manuel the hold. Osborne the kick. It's 35-0. Wow. Can't say enough about that run. Play it back. My goodness. Max Presley takes the ball, goes to his left, appears to be stopped. Kind of clogged up in there, busts out of it a little bit, gets to the outside, and then just outruns the defense to go 78 yards.
284 yards rushing as a team. 284.
Thank you, Jack Hawthorne. 284 rushing yards tonight so far for the Lions as a team. 284. I'm looking to see what the record is here. If I can find that. Team rushing. I think the single game is what I have in front of me, though. So don't have team rushing. Well, here's offense. Let's see. So, no. But 284, it's a good night on the ground. It's only 7:59 to go, third quarter. 5 touchdowns for CPA. It will be Osborne from the 40. Kind of a line drive, picked up by Golden, I think. Up the middle goes Golden. Oh, room for Golden. Golden, one man to beat. He has only Osborne to beat, and he will not. But what a run back by Golden all the way to the 44-yard line of CPA that time. And Golden did a good thing there. He didn't hesitate at all. He just went straight up the middle, north-south. Actually, here at CPA, it's actually east-west running, but you get the idea. He was quick to the hole, and nice run back. That Nathan Golden, the senior. It's a good field position for Lipscomb. The big problem is they're down by 5 scores. Handoff, up, inside handoff to Tig. A lot of room for Tig. Tig, one man to beat it. It's going to be Xander Isaacs on the tackle. Touchdown saving tackle for Xander Isaacs. But all the way down to 25. So that will be not quite 19-yard run, I think it was. 19-yard run, somewhere in that range, yep. Good run by Tig on the inside handoff. So Lipscomb certainly not giving up. They are all business right now. 1st and 10 from the 25. This time Tig again, not so much this time. He will be stacked up by a host of Lions and still standing, though. Strong runner. This Tig, he didn't go down easily. But not much of a gain there, maybe 2. Yeah, really, that's Jack Hawthorne said a pride of Lions made the stop. It was about 6 or 7 of them. Ball on 23 right now, 2nd down 8. Clock is running with 6:07 to go here in the 3rd. Dawes with the fake handoff. He's going to carry it himself around right side. Dawes cutting in. Dawes still going. Flag goes down, though. Maybe, well, I'm going to guess holding. Good run by Dawes, but maybe he was helped out by something illegal. We'll find out in a second. He gets down to the 17. 2 yards shy of the first for the moment. Referees, officials consulting with each other. Confabbing. What's the call? It's going to be holding. What do we say? Yes. I think it was Tig out there trying to get a block for Dawes. I think maybe Tig was the offender. They don't give a number, of course, in high school.
Stop the clock on penalties, fellas.
Clock still runs. We're thinking maybe it should be stopped. Clock's supposed to run. 35. The points thing.
Scores of interest.
Okay. 200 yards. Wow, we're hearing that over at the Innsworth game, Cornelder with 200 yards rushing at halftime. So that guy's hard to stop. He's playing before an ESPN audience, ESPNU audience tonight. That game. Here we go. So it's going to be now 2nd down 20 from the 35. Dawes, handoff, Drew. Drew through the hole initially. Then he's going to be met by a couple of Lions. Who is that? Chase Smith is one of them. The other one is Will Whitaker, who's getting some playing time. At least he's the younger guys in the game now for CPA, getting some time with Ian Mills is in the game, a junior. That's Lipscomb. I apologize. That's actually Alex Benedict. Chris Charles, I see Charles in the game. Godwin is in there. A bunch of guys are in there that are still starters. Elliott in the middle, and Hooper. Jack Hooper. 3rd down, 17 to go from the 32. In motion goes Tig. Dawes looking to pass. Blitz coming, though. Gets the pass away. Caught by Tig at the 25 or so. 24, they're going to mark it. So just about back to the original line of scrimmage. So 7-yard gain will bring up now 4th and 10. And here, what do? Kick a field goal, or do you go for it? You go for it, I guess.
Makes the stop of the Lions.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. 4th and just inside 10, maybe 9, let's say. Clock running at 3:19. Third quarter still. Lions, of course, by 5 touchdowns right now. Big game on the ground for CPA. Dawes will go to his left. That may be a block in the back. And it's caught off the tip drill. Went off Glimpse's hands and was caught by, down there by number 18, I think, Weber.
Pass stop by number 18, Reed Weber.
Reed Weber, also a basketball player, I do believe, if memory serves.
Turnover.
But that was a
down.
tip.
First and 10 Lions.
It wasn't enough for the first down, though. Boy, it looked like it was actually, well, hold on a minute. Yes, it was a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10, CPA. Nice catch, though. It looked fun. It was a fun play to watch. It tipped off the hands of Glimpse and into the arms of Weber, but still the result would be a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 Lions, clock at 2:24. Ball is on the 20. Shotgun to Mitchell. Mitchell going for Brown. It's just past the Brown on the would have been about a 25-yard catch, it looks like, but not quite there. Second time tonight that's happened where the ball has been just out of his reach on that pattern. So it brings up 2nd down, 10. $1:50 to go, third quarter. Mitchell will try to scramble now. He'll run. Yes, he'll run out of bounds. He'll be hit hard and knocked out of bounds by Golden over there on the far side. Mitchell comes out, not limping, but just maybe a little bit shaken up, not shaken up, stunned a bit. That was a good hit by Golden over there. And it was only about a 2-yard gain. So 3rd down and 8 with 1:20 to go in the third. A lot of players coming in, a lot of shuffling going on. CPA, both teams with all 3 timeouts. CPA may need to burn one here. We'll see. Guess not. They're going to get the play off. Receivers 4 out. Mitchell looking for, who is that? Brown. He's there, but he can't quite catch up with the ball. Brown appeared to have the angle to catch that ball. Unfortunately, though, just unable. Brown has had 3 now passes that were a yard or 2 away from being catches tonight. Not much in the air for either team tonight, really. I think 2 for 6 at halftime was Dawes, and 6 for 9, Mitchell. But really, it's been on the ground for both teams tonight, the bulk of the offense. 4th down and 8. It'll be a punt, I'm almost positive. We'll see if it's a quick kick. Clock is going to run down. Timeout, yes, called by CPA. 11 seconds to go, third quarter. Still a timeout. It'll be their first of the half of 3. So recapping, Presley with 2 touchdowns on the ground. Smith with 3. That's all 5 for CPA. Rushing somewhere around 100 for Presley. I'm not sure. But Smith has 180. Thank you, Peter. 89 yards on the ground for Max Presley, we think, and 185 for Smith. So that's really been the story tonight, rushing. Both teams, you have Tig running on the ground, and Tig has caught a couple passes, too, for Lipscomb. Just not enough firepower for the Mustangs against CPA tonight. So far, at least. Then we have 1 quarter to go, basically. Back to kick, it's the sophomore, Osborne. High punt down the 48, taken in there. Well, there's a lot of space there. Nice tackle, though, made. It was Weber on the return, and the tackle was made there by Spencer Woods. It's a good tackle there by the junior, and that'll end the third quarter. So, folks, it's now apparent that the Lions will go to 9-0, and they'll remain undefeated on the season and in district play. Lipscomb will fall to 4-5 and be 3-2 overall here in District 10 AA.
Thanks to those serving you in the press box this evening. Your scoreboard operator.
Lions will have Pearl Cone next week at Pearl Cone in their last game of the regular season.
John Alfonte. Your spotters, Jim Ward, and the statistician.
Lipscomb will be playing Stratford at home, so they'll have a home game to finish the regular season out. A lot of history for David Lipscomb. They've won all kinds of bowl games and region titles and state runner-up in 98, 03, 05, and 06. And Lions, of course, state champions 2000 and 2002. And state semifinals last year at Milan. Those of you folks who were out there at that game, remember that was a close one. All came down to a safety. 16-14, Milan wins and goes on to the final, and CAK put a hurting on them. And that their CPA is CAK rather from Knoxville. They're undefeated this year too. They have that same high-powered offense. They'll be a force to reckon with in the playoffs and perhaps at state this year. So fourth quarter begins. Hand off to Drew. Drew, tackled by Osborne, but all the way to the 40 of CPA. He will go.
On the carry, number 15, Kenneth Drew.
So that's going to be a gain of about 7. Second down 3 from the 40 of CPA. So that Milan game, huge amount of fans, and the whole town was there in the stadium, I think, last November. Was it November or December? It was, November, around Thanksgiving. Milan could be on the schedule again we'll see, this playoff year, but that was something. Glimpse on the carry. Now Glimpse will be met, and nice tackle there. Who was that on the ground getting up for CPA? That was, 48 on the tackle. Nicely done there by Spencer Woods. Not much, maybe a half-yard gain for Lipscomb. So playoffs will begin in just 2 short weeks. Hard to believe. It's been a fast fall. But definitely the nip of fall is in the air right now. Here's Dawes with a power stack backfield. There is a handoff to Tig. Tig kind of jumps over one of his blockers there, then cuts it back inside and is tackled by Manuel and, Andrew Manuel. He had a little bit of help there, it looked like.
Gain of 7 on the play.
But a 7-yard gain and a first down for David Lipscomb. They have the ball at the 32. This is getting close to what might be their deepest penetration. Well, I think they were a little bit. I can't remember if they were deeper in in the first half. Either way, it's a first and 10. 10 minutes to go and 15. There's Dawes. A pass at the middle. Almost a diving catch. Attempted. I think that was Elkins on the attempt. Yep, Cooper Elkins. Not quite there. Made the old college try, though. Just couldn't quite get it. Dove for it. So second down, 10 coming up. CPA definitely has some younger guys getting some experience in the game right now as they are up comfortably by 5 scores. Still Dawes at under center. He goes back, handoff up the middle to Drew. Drew has a blocker. Drew will be pushed back once again, that time by Spencer Woods. Woods is really playing well in his time tonight, the junior.
Making the stop, the Lions, number 77, Jean-Luc Duval.
Jean-Luc also gets credit for that tackle. I think he was in on it too. Several Lions were there, including Woods. So ball in 28 now for Lipscomb. Third down and about 6, maybe 5. It'll be handoff to Tig. They'll cut it back in and be short of the first down, I think, by about 2 yards. Tackled by Manuel, I believe. Also in the game for CPA right now is number 34, Chance Meyer, getting some playing time. And then Matt Keck, 44. Big, powerful young guy, Keck.
First down, 10 yards to go.
He's only a sophomore. A lot of young guys for the Lions. Kind of good balance on the team between leadership of upperclassmen and some young up-and-coming players. Houston Nichols among them. Linebacking core, some young guys. Everybody back from last year pretty much, I think, at linebacker. Here's Dawes rolling out. Looking for Tig, but it was incomplete. Good coverage there by Manuel. Really, Tig wasn't open. I'm not even sure Peyton Manning could have gotten that ball in there. And so I think Dawes may have thrown it away or just, who knows. But incomplete. It'll bring up second down 10. Clock is running, 8 minutes. That's the point rule, I think, in high school football. I believe in basketball, too. A certain amount of points. Clock runs. About almost, 35 points. It's 5 till 9 here on this Friday night. It's going to be Dawes. Incomplete. Yeah, frustration there by Elkins. He was open, too, for a minute. And the pass was not quite able to for him to corral it. It's a big guy, Elkins, too. Back in comes Bruce bringing the play in. So some of the younger guys for CPA, I'm trying to make sure I get some of the guys mentioned. There's also, I think, Cole Smith. Is that right? Trying to see if I'm getting that right. No, it's not actually. It's there is great defense. It's a catch, though, made. Nice catch that time. Bruce with a good catch on the outside flat. So for CPA, John-Luc Duval is in the game. I may not get everybody's number. I'm sorry if I don't get everybody's number mentioned. A lot of younger guys getting some playing time, which is great to see, including we're good. Thanks. Courtney Baker. Courtney Baker, big help. Appreciate Courtney. Here is back to action on the field. It's Tig. So I said Matt Keck. I mentioned Matt Keck, Jean-Luc Duval. Look for numbers to mention. Chance Meyer. Benedict. And I think I've already mentioned Spencer Woods, too. So some of the guys that might be a little bit younger getting a lot of good reps this season, really. The CPA has been in the position where they've been ahead in a lot of games. It is the first down. Oh, flag goes up. That looks like a CPA did something that maybe was some frustration on. I'm not sure, but the referee looked at CPA. And who's that on? Maybe Osborne. I don't want to speculate, but he's looking in the direction of a couple different guys for CPA. It's going to be a dead ball, personal foul, I believe, yeah. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Something was said, or there was a shove, or I didn't catch it, but I saw the flag go up. I saw the official looking at CPA's players. So half the distance of the goal is the result of that. Ball beyond the 6, first down and goal. Lipscomb threatens here to get their first points of the game. 5:27, clock running. Handoff Tig. Tig up the middle. Tig carrying a tackler into the end zone. So good play there for Tig on the tackle attempt. It was going to be Whitaker, but good job by Tig to get himself into the end zone and get his team out of goose egg land. They will have 6 at least. And here on to attempt the kick will be Bruce, Daniel Bruce, PAT. Daniel Bruce. It is way through the uprights and good.
Daniel Bruce's extra point is good with 5 minutes, 21 seconds remaining.
So 5:21. And it's going to be the first touchdown of the game for Lipscomb, and it makes the lead 35-7. Familiar scenario this season for CPA. They've had some big leads early in games, and then they've had a lot of younger guys play, and they've given up some late points. But, I think you might trade some of those points for the good experience that your younger guys are getting. You never know, playoff time when somebody gets hurt, God forbid, you have to have a depth chart second stringer going, and you got to have some experience, and they've got that experience. That could pay off for CPA if they make a deep playoff run. .5:21 on the clock in the fourth. Now the clock will stop some more. That 35-point rule, 35 points plus, the clock runs for most things, and basketball too. And we saw that scenario a few times last year for CPA boys and girls in basketball, and here this season as well in football. The big picture, though, is it's a good result for the Lions. Peter Powell was a little bit of trivia there. Lipscomb has scored its first points against an Ingle Martin coached team. Did they play against Ensworth when he was?
Last year, no.
No, last year was 27-0 at Lipscomb this game, and then this year 35-7 right now. Kickoff will go way, and it's a good kick there by, was that Bruce? Yeah, Daniel Bruce with a strong leg. Wow. Well, also the penalty helped him there, didn't it? Well, no, maybe not. And that penalty was before that. That's just a great kick. Is the wind going that way? I'm not sure. Maybe west to east was that kick by Bruce with a strong leg. So Daniel Bruce is a senior. Not sure if Bruce is going to play next year somewhere kicking, or who knows what. Maybe walk on, I don't know. But
This reminds me of my granny.
there's John Elefante next door playing some old-timey music there from John Elefante. Really, usually a modern music kind of guy, but he's playing some old tunes right here. Showing his age there. So far, no Kansas tonight, though. There's a handoff.
Max Presley on the carry for the Lions.
It was Presley. Now Manuel's at quarterback, so he has spelled Mitchell. Mitchell done for the night. He's managed the game well, Albert Mitchell. Lots of handoffs and a few key pass plays, but really ground game for CPA has been critical. Clock at 4:56. Manuel handoff again to Presley, right? Yes, Presley will go up the middle and spin his way toward the 25. And the clock will continue to run. Helped up there by a Lipscomb player. Good to see that. Was Presley there, helped up by 64 Grissom, senior linebacker. Here is Manuel, the handoff. Presley again. Getting a nice block by, who was that? Hunter Cross, number 50, with a nice block to free Presley for a couple yards. Uh-oh, down is a Lipscomb player. Uh-oh, that's Golden, who's down, I think, number 20. And on comes the trainer. You hate to see that. Boy, this late in the game, especially when the game doesn't really mean at this point it's over. And there's one of CPA's docs coming out to help as well. Not a good scene right there. You certainly pray and hope that he's okay, because he's writhing in pain. We'll see if it's upper body or lower body. I can't tell if it's upper or lower body, but either way, you certainly got leg. We're thinking leg maybe. So prayers are with him. You never like to see a player go down at any point in the game, especially this late in the game when it's really decided. 4:19, clock stopped. So the Lions are going to win the district regular season this season, it appears. I don't think they can be caught. Nope. They'll be 6-0 right now in district play, 9-0 after tonight. Lipscomb will be 3-2 and 4-5 overall, with one more game against Stratford. So a chance for Lipscomb to finish 500 next week rather. And I hope he's okay. He's going to go off with a little bit of help, and we'll see what that is all about later. But it will be a 1st and 10. The ball spotted on the 30 of CPA. I see Mitchell right there behind Coach Martin. He's done. Tonight it is Manuel. There's Hooper at center right now. On the line, you also got, I can't quite tell. Cross is one. Now the clock will run again. It's Manuel. Handoff on an end-around sort of play, but not much there. No room, really. No gain, maybe a loss of 1, yes. It was Godwin, Will Godwin, Ronnie Sunshine Bass on the carry. Clock at 3, under 4 minutes now, and 3:55 and running.
For the Mustangs, made by number 30, Adam Hubler. It's second down, 11 yards.
Lions poised to host a playoff game or two. Coach Martin was hopeful that the Lions could host as many as 3 or 4 games, depending on how things break down in the postseason with seeding and all that. Handoff up the middle. That time it was Joe Trice on the carry, another basketball player. Also in the game right now it's Matt Keck is in the backfield, and Xander Isaacs, Manuel, Osborne at one receiver, Godwin at the other. Then on the line you've got Cross, Hooper, Adams, Paul Adams, Don Mitchell, and who am I missing? Can't quite tell. There's Keck in motion. Back the other direction. Manual handoff to Trice. Trice, a lot of room. Trice breaking through. Trice make one man to beat. Trice cuts it back. Trice is going to go. Joe Trice. Is there a flag? There is a flag down, though. Way back in the backfield. Peter Powell spotted that one first. I didn't see it until Trice was at about the 5-yard line, but there is a flag. Let's see what it is. You had to guess, you'd say holding against the offense. And that's going to make everybody tired to run all the way back down there. Parker Howell's in the game also for CPA. I may have missed him earlier on the line. 66. Yeah, it's coming back. Obviously it was against CPA. Well, what a run there by Joe Trice. All for naught. Was about a 70-yard run, I think, negated by the penalty. Man, John Alfonte's been in a country music mode tonight, playing a lot of old-style music. Wow, this goes back to the 70s, right? Anyway, old-time music by John Alfonte. It was holding, so the ball will be backed up to the 20. Well, that was a nice highlight play for Trice. He could play that for his grandkids and not tell them about the penalty, perhaps. There was no flag on that play. Stop the tape right there. And there's a fumble. Presley has it for a moment. Goes down. We certainly don't want to see Lipscomb get an easy score here at the end of the game if you're CPA. 2:13 remaining. That's going to bring up 4th down and probably a punt. We'll see if CPA elects to punt it. Clock is at 2:04 and running. I would expect to see a punt. It is Osborne. Well, is it? It's a long way to go. Yeah, 4th down and Fairview to go here. I think it's going to be a punt.
Punting for the Lions, number 7, J.R. Osborne. Back receiver for Lipscomb, number 18, Reed Weber.
4th down, Jackson to go right now. Timeout called by the Lions. Clock at 1:32.
Timeout on the field. Timeout charged to CPA.
So once again, next week CPA goes to Pearl Cone for its last regular season game of the year. They'll be 9-0, the chance to go 10-0. And it'll be Lipscomb going home, not too far away from here, to play Stratford in their finale, regular season finale. And let me just mention, if you're still with us, again, girls soccer Tuesday night here in the Den. Love to see you here in person if you can cheer them on. Opponent to be determined. That's a regional semifinal game. And if my math is correct, if they win that game, they play on Thursday in the regional final. Then Saturday would be the sectional game. And I think Saturday's winner would then go to state, I think. Anyway, either way, come out and cheer on the girls soccer team here at CPA as they compete for a chance to go back to state once again. Now it actually is going to be timeout called once again. I don't know what's going on here, but The kicker, the punter, looks like it's going to be Trice, maybe. I think. Joe Trice, yep. Unless I'm seeing that. I don't know if that's Trice or not, is it? 16 is Trice. Like these numbers get hard to see sometimes. No, actually it's 19. It's actually Custodero. 19 on the who will be back to punt. Matthew Custodero will be back to punt. I can't read these numbers sometimes. Need some binoculars probably. Also cross-country action. There's a regional meet at Steeplechase, I think on Tuesday as well next week. Check the website, actually, cpalions.org, to see upcoming events for next week. There's a lot of stuff happening, obviously, at the Academy, not only in sports, but other exciting stuff. Today was Greek Day. Whoa. Custodero blocked, and it was picked up by a Lion. Who was that? Picked up by 27, I think, for CPA that time. Seeger. Was it Seeger? I can't tell from this far. He limps off. Hope he's okay. Alden. Well, maybe not. I'm sorry if I'm getting numbers wrong. I think it was 27. Yes, Seeger on the recovery. Heads up. I don't think it was Manuel. Anyway. That might have been Seeger. Was it 27? Got the ball? I don't know. It was 17? Okay. So Manuel on the recovery. Either way, chance for Lipscomb to get a score late. Here's Tig. Taken down. Nice play there by Woods, along with these numbers get scrunched up on those jerseys. It's hard to see from the front. Woods was the first guy there. I think he also had help from Cole Smith. Clock at 58 seconds now. Lipscomb trying to punch one in. It is, this time, Glimpse. Glimpse will be tackled nicely there by a host of Lions. He'll go down. 44 seconds now, clock running. It'll be 3rd and goal. Timeout called by the Mustangs. They want to get something positive here to end the game. 35-7. Well, that time the blocked punt will be something that the Lions can build on, maybe work on that in practice next week. I know every game I've seen this year, the Lions have had something to work on the next week. There's never been a perfect game. That's always a good thing if you're a coach. You can always work on improvement, different areas, and hopefully you peak right around early December. Sorry to mention this. Today was a Greek festival day for the 7th graders. They had a big celebration. All the parents came. All the kids were dressed in their togas and Greek costumes for a Greek meal and a program to end their unit of study on ancient Greece. It was a big day. Fun day at the Academy. They also went to the Parthenon. That was yesterday. Parthenon and Olympic Games. There's a touchdown scored by 43. That time it will be Cooper Jackson on the score. That's a big boy, Cooper Jackson. Wouldn't want to have his grocery bill. I'll tell you what, that was a touchdown. And that'll put 13 on the board. So the score is going to look a little bit closer than the game actually was for much of it. Nice play there, block punt. Certainly Lipscomb earned the chance to put on 14. Here is Bruce again for the PAT attempt. Kick is this time bad something rather. There didn't work. It was a line drive, kicked it under the crossbar, so it will remain 35-13, and the clock is at 36 seconds. So big turn, actually the big turn of events. It could have been 42-7 there if Trice's touchdown had been not negated by the holding penalty against CPA a few minutes ago, and instead they were backed up, had to punt it. It was blocked, and the result, a turnover, a touchdown for Lipscomb. Also want to remind folks out there, CPA Fine Arts, High School Fine Arts presents The Curious Savage November 15th and 17th in the Event Center here at CPA. It's a rollicking, dramatic story featuring some outstanding CPA thespians, and you don't want to miss it. It's going to be, again, the 15th, that's a Thursday, and the 17th is Saturday. It's 7 p.m. on Thursday the 15th, and then 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Saturday the 17th. Again, the Curious Savage takes place in a mental hospital, I think, some years back. It's a crazy, kind of zany, fun story. Not fun, it's a serious drama, too, with humor mixed in. I'm sure I'm butchering the description. I apologize to Paula Flott, but it's a great play you don't want to miss. Ticket information coming soon. Stay tuned to your emails and website. Here is kickoff return coming. A lot of room. Spinning down, still going all the way past the 35, but it'll be almost the end of the game. That time it was number 29 on the return. Grady Sutton. Sutton, a junior. Nice return. Good blocking, of course. And the game will end here momentarily. The clock right now is at 25 seconds. So as I was saying, The Curious Savage is the name of the main stage drama this fall for CPA High School Fine Arts. And it'll be really, really strong stuff. Tickets will be on sale approximately 2 weeks before showtime. So early November, they'll be available at the Fine Arts Suite of the high school and also at the high school reception desk, middle school reception desk, and the lower elementary school reception desk. $10 for adults, $5 for children. The Curious Savage, you'll want to see it. Here's a knee taken by Manuel, and the game will end. So the Lions are victorious tonight in a rivalry game against David Lipscomb. Lions go to 9-0 on the season, 6-0 rather in district play. And they are officially the regular season district champion. So building on last year's success, the Lions hit the wrong switch there. The lights went out. Well, that might have been Dandy Don Meredith's turn to sing "Turn Out the Lights," but we won't do that. Instead, we'll just tell you as the teams shake hands in midfield there. Big story rushing. Chase Smith and Max Presley leading the way for CPA. Tig was big on the ground for Lipscomb. But Lions dominated. And they do win, and they do go to 9-0 with one game remaining at Pearl Cone next week, 7 p.m. on Friday the 26th. Pearl Cone, as of tonight, was 3-6 overall, 3-2 in district play. Of course, if you go to Pearl Cone, you'll enjoy seeing the marching band and Catfish over there leading the band. It's always entertaining to play against Pearl Cone, whether it's home or away. They make it a fun atmosphere. Lions hope to close it out with a victory, and they do so tonight against Lipscomb. If we were going to do a player of the game, it would be Chase Smith tonight. He's outstanding, especially on that first drive. 80 yards, all Chase Smith that first drive. In a minute and 15 seconds, they score and set the tone for this game at 7-0, and then end up finishing off 35-13. So I think we're going to sign off here after you see the camera is off, so it's just audio remaining, and we'll just tell you thank you so much for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed it from wherever you're watching, whether you're Rob Dustin out in Seattle or grandparents around the country, who knows where, around the world. Thank you for tuning in. We know you've enjoyed it if you're a CPA fan or alum. And we'll see you back for future broadcasts from the Academy. This is Phil Newman, the Director of Communications here at the Academy. Thanks to Mary Monroe, Senior at the Academy, for camera work tonight. Thanks for Courtney Baker also helping get things set up. And we will say once again, the Lions win 35-13 tonight over David Lipscomb. Have a wonderful fall weekend, and we'll see you back here at the Academy soon.